everybody, my name is Tommy, and today we're going to continue with the lesson about adjectives. Now, have you ever heard of adjectives? Do you know what are adjectives? Do you know what are they? Well, of course not. Well, adjectives usually describes the noun. A noun is like a thing, a person, or a place. Like the office is white. So you see, white is a type of adjective and office is a type of noun. White describes the office. Now, adjectives usually describe color, size, and other types of adjectives. And today, we're going to talk about the adjective about size. Now, are you ready for the first word? Well, the first word is big. Big. Note it down on your notebook. Big. Big is something that's large, that's big. And can you see? Big is like this. Can you see? This notebook is big. And it is something that is big and it takes up space. It has lots of mass and it takes up lots of space. Have you ever had a piano before? Well, if you had a piano, it is very big. It has lots of mass and it takes up lots of space in your bedroom. That's what big is. And the next word is deep. What does deep mean? Do you know what does deep mean? Well, actually, deep means very deep, going down. For example, deep. Deep means to. Deep actually means to. Here, could you see? Deep means to be very which is going down. See, for example, here is a gigantic cup. Okay, and your hand is raised. You reach into the cup, but you can only reach here. But your bubble gum is right here. Then that is called deep. Actually, you can just put the rest of your hand in and get some bubble gum. And then maybe you can put even your whole body in. Because this body is thin as a piece of paper. There, if you're thin, that's cool. And now, could you see? What is the next word given on the board? What it is, grow. Grow means to be bigger, like a plant, and bigger, and bigger, and bigger. And it grows big, big, bigger, bigger, biggest. And that is what grow is. Now, what about heavy? This is what heavy means. Can you look down? Well, as you can see, when you look down, my hand is holding a pile of notebooks. And if there are 10 notebooks, it was really heavy. Heavy actually means that it's not easy to lift up. It's so heavy that it's not easy to lift up. Now, what about hate? What does hate mean? Do you know what does hate mean? Do you know what does hate mean? Well, hate is how tall you are. Like you are 1 meter 45, just like your height is 1 meter, or your height is 1 meter and 100 milliliters. It could be like that because only 1,000 milliliters can make up one meter. You see? Here your height could be 45 milliliters and 1 meter, or other types of heights. If you're a baby, you might be under a meter. But if you're 6 to 7 years old, or 6 or more years old, then you will be more than 1 meter tall. Now, I am actually 1 meter 45 milliliters and 43 kilograms. And now, what does high mean? Well, for example, can you see this? You're going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. You're going down, 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 down. Just like that. That's what high means. Did you see that the camera just rose up and the camera just goes down? Did you see that? Did you see that the camera just rose up and falls down? Very interesting. That's what high means. High means that it's still high and you can't climb it. See, it's really high, so I can't climb it. That's what high means. Now, what about large? One word to describe it: big. Is it funny? Well, there's only one word to describe the word large. What is it? Do you know what is the word that would describe the word large? Do you know what is it? Do you know what will describe the word large? Well, if you don't know, please ask me in the comments. And the answer is big. Now, that's the answer. Now, could you see? Large is big. For example, can you see? I am large, you are large, I am big, you are big. Now, what about light? Well, light is like, it is so light that you could easily pick it up. Like that marker. See, this marker is really light. There, I can catch it. There, can you see? It's so light that I can easily roll it up and catch it. There, light, very light. So that's why this marker is light. Now, are you ready to move on with the next super adjective word? Little. What does little mean? Little has another word to describe it. Small. Small. Little is like small. Now, small is really small. Like, let me see what can measure up to small. This will do. Could you see? Very small. And even some of your fingertips are small too. So that's what small means. Small is like this place. place that I circle, this place, the place that I circle, or this place, the place where I circle. And that's what small is. Now let's zoom right out with a tornado. Vroom. And now, let's move on with the next exciting word. It is long. What does long mean? From end to end, like this. Long, this end to this end. That's what long is. Now, long. What about low? Low. Low. Well, low is like very low. That's low. What about shrink and small? Well, shrink. Shrink is like this. Big. Shrink, 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 shrink. Like this. I am big, okay, everybody? Look at me. I am big. I shrink, I shrink, I shrink, I shrink, I shrink, I shrink. And that's what shrink means. Shrink is like being smaller. Big, smaller, 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 smaller. And what does small mean? Well, I just said you small is little. And that's what shrink and small means. What about size and measure? Well, size is like the size of something. Small, small, smaller, smaller, smallest. Or big, bigger, bigger, biggest. And that's what size is. Now, what about measure? What is measure? If you can see, these pairs of scissors are 20 milliliters long. This pair of scissors is 20 milliliters long. And I can use that by measuring it with a ruler. And it actually, it is 7 inches. And as you know, 20 millimeters. So you could see this pair of scissors is actually 7 inches long. And that's how I measure the pair of scissors, using a ruler. Or you can use a special type of ruler. A ruler that you can stretch out and boom, boom. It will make the sound like a bomb, but it wouldn't blow up like a bomb. But actually, it was pretty cool. And then we have the next 2 words, which are tall and narrow. Now, what does narrow mean? Well, narrow means it's very small, like this road. It's too narrow for the lorry to pass through. This is too narrow for the lorry to pass through. Can you see? This road is too narrow for the lorry to pass through. And now, you see, what does tall mean? Well, tall means growing, like you're short, going up, 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 going up. That means going up. That's what tall means. Okay, everybody? Now, do you know what does a ruler mean? Well, ruler. Could you see? This is a ruler. Repeat after me. Ruler, ruler, ruler. Say it. Ruler, ruler, ruler. Now, say it. Good to listen to your voice. And it is ruler. 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 Now, what is a ruler? Well, a ruler is like a long piece of plastic like this that you use to measure. And that's what ruler means. What about stick? Stick is like this. This is thick. Now, that's what thick is. Now, finally, 3 and 4 more words. Shallow, thin, and other 2 words. Shallow. What does shallow mean? Well, shallow is the opposite of deep. Deep is like this. Shallow. Bye-bye, mister. Shallow is like this. This is shallow. Now, could you see? That's what shallow is. Now, what does thin mean? Well, thin means like this. Fat means like this. Thin, fat. Thin is the opposite of thick or fat. Now, the final 2 words. Short. What does short mean? Well, short actually means opposite of tall. Tall, short. And wide. It's like from end to end again. Wide is like from end to end. And those are the vocabulary words about adjective size. And the next day, we're going to talk about adjective color. All the colors in the rainbow and all the colors in the world.